Okay, so good morning, students. So in the last class for anatomy theory, I think we have discussed about the different topic, and so now today we will be discussing about the respiratory system in a physiology theory. So by hearing the word this one respiratory system, what comes to your mind? फिजियोलॉजी थ्योरी में आज हम लोग रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम के बारे में सीखेंगे। तो ये रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम इसका नाम सुनने से मतलब क्या दिमाग में क्या आता है? What comes to your mind if I say respiratory system? Anyone? Can anyone say? No. Okay, so human respiratory system, what does it mean? It means that when you breathe in, when you breathe out, what happens? When you breathe in, you breathe with the help of what? With the help of your lungs. It's not it. So with the help of your lungs, you take in oxygen and you breathe out carbon dioxide. So it happens that thing. So it means human respiratory system. So in the human respiratory system, what does it mean? When you breathe in oxygen. And when you breathe out, what comes out? That is carbon dioxide. So there is exchange of gas. Means exchange of gas occurs in this respiratory system. So who is responsible? Who takes the part for respiration? The lungs. Understand? In the lungs, what happens? There is exchange of gas. Understand? तो ह्यूमन रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम में क्या होता है? यहाँ पे हम लोग ऑक्सीजन अंदर लेके आते हैं और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बाहर चला जाता है, एक्सपेल, ठीक है। और ये यहाँ पे क्या मतलब कौन सा ऑर्गन रेस्पॉन्सिबल है? लंग्स, ठीक है। हम लोग का लंग्स जो है यहाँ पे एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैस होता है, मतलब गैस एक्सचेंज होता है, यानी कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और ऑक्सीजन एक्सचेंज होता है और यहाँ पे उसकी वजह से हम लोग सांस ले सकते हैं, ठीक है। ओके, इज इट क्लियर एवरीवन? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in this respiratory system, you will find two types of respiration. That is external and internal respiration. Here in this external respiration means what? Breathing out. Listen, when you breathe out, it means external respiration. So what happens here is here exchange of gas used to happens in between your blood and your lungs. And what usually occurs here? Here usually your chest contracts. Your chest contracts means what? Your chest it will become compressed. It will become small. Okay. And what usually happens here? Even your diaphragm. This is your diaphragm. Even the diaphragm also it relax. The diaphragm also it get relaxed. तो ये रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम में हम लोग का दो रेस्पिरेटरी टाइप्स मिलेगा, एक है एक्सटर्नल और एक है इंटरनल। तो एक्सटर्नल में क्या मिलेगा? पहला ब्रीथिंग आउट। तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? चेस्ट, ये जो चेस्ट है ये कंट्रैक्ट होगा, मतलब कंप्रेस होगा, ये छोटा हो जाएगा। और ये जो डायफ्राम है क्या होगा? ये डायफ्राम रिलैक्स होगा, मतलब रिलैक्स होगा, ठीक है, आराम होगा यहाँ पे, रिलैक्स। Next is what? Next is breathing in, that is internal respiration. Here the in between who and who takes place in between your blood and your cells. And what usually happens here? Your chest. This is your chest, right? So your chest, it will expand. It will become big. Here it was small. It's not it. But here in this breathing in, it will become big. Understand? And here what happens, your diaphragm, it will contract. It will contract means what? It will become small. This is your diaphragm, so it will become small. So this is the difference between internal and external respiration. External means when you breathe out, internal means when you breathe in. So that's the difference. Is it clear? Internal.
Can you explain it again?
Okay, so what happens in this respiratory system? You'll find two types of respiration. First is external and the second is internal. So in the external respiration, what happens? There is exchange of gas in between what? In between your blood and your lungs. Understand? And in the external respiration, what will you find? You will find that your chest, it will contract. It will contract means what? It will become small. It will constrict. Understand? It will be constrict. And your diaphragm, this is your diaphragm, it will relax. Understand? Your diaphragm, it will relax, and your chest, it will become contract. I mean, it will become small. It will become pressed. And next is what? Breathing in. That is internal respiration. When you take in, okay, when you breathe in, that one is known as internal respiration. So in the internal respiration, what usually happens? There is a connection in between your blood and your cells. Your blood and your cells. So what happens here? Here, um, your chest, it will expand. It will become large in size. Chest will expand. And as well as you'll find that your diaphragm. This is your diaphragm, right? This is your diaphragm. So this is your diaphragm. Your diaphragm will contract. It will become small. Okay, so this is the difference in between internal as well as external. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Tarif Ahmed, you please mute yourself. It's very much disturbing. तारिफ अहमद, अपने आप को प्लीज म्यूट करो. So next is upper respiratory tract. Okay, so next is upper respiratory tract. So in the upper respiratory tract, the first thing what will you find? You will find your nose and your mouth. So your nose and the mouth, it helps you in what? It helps you in, breathing in, the air. And it will go where? It will go to your lungs. Is it clear? Your nose. Okay, so air will enter inside your nose as well as your nostrils and as well as your mouth. And afterwards, where will it go? It will go inside your lungs. Is it clear? The air will pass through this nose, nostrils and mouth, and it will go inside the lungs, which where will you find? In the upper respiratory tract. तो पहला क्या मिलेगा अपर रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट में? नोज, नॉस्ट्रल्स और माउथ. ठीक है, ये नॉस्ट्रल्स के मतलब नोज के अंदर मतलब नाक के अंदर और नोस्ट्रिल्स के अंदर हवा घुसेगा, ठीक है, और माउथ के अंदर भी। तो कहाँ पे चला जाएगा, मतलब ये जो हवा है लंग्स के ऊपर, लंग्स के अंदर चला जाएगा, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट इज nasal cavity or else nasal passage. So same thing, I mean, as the air will come inside through the nose, the nostrils, so the nasal passage or the nasal cavity, I mean, from this, the air will enter inside this and it will go to the lungs. Is it clear? तो next क्या है, nasal passage, नहीं तो फिर nasal cavity भी बोल सकते हैं। तो ये समान सेम चीज होगा, मतलब ये इसके अंदर हवा घुस जाएगा, नोज इसके अंदर हवा घुस जाएगा, उसके बाद नेजल पैसेज या नहीं तो फिर नेजल कैविटी पे चला जाके उसके बाद कहाँ जाएगा, लंग्स के अंदर चला जाएगा, वो जो हवा है लंग्स के अंदर चला जाएगा। क्या समझ में है? अपर रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट, माउथ, नोज एंड नेजल कैविटी।
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next is sinuses or else sinus. So in the upper respiratory, तो upper respiratory tract में हम लोग को क्या मिलेगा, ये sinuses भी मिलेगा, ठीक है। ये जो sinuses जो पिक्चर में है ये भी मिलेगा। So what will you find here? You will find that in this sinuses there is a hole. There is a hole in between the head. Understand? In between your head you will find some holes. So all these are the sinuses, all these holes. Frontal, then ethmoid, frontal you will find here. Okay, ethmoid you will find here. And next is maxillary, maxillary sinuses you will find here. And next is sphenoid sinuses you will find inside this. So these are the sinuses that you will find in the upper respiratory tract. I mean, there is a hole inside it, and this hole, I mean, in this sinus, they helps in what? They helps in making the temperature humid. I mean, they balance the temperature. They balance the temperature so that when you breathe in, what happens? They helps even making the air adjustable or else adaptable for your body. When you inhale inside, right? If it is too hot or if it is too cold, I mean the air. So this sinus, all the sinuses, they helps even what? They helps even balancing or else maintaining the temperature so that you can, I mean you can, you will be able to adapt that temperature. Is it clear? तो साइनसेस में क्या मिलेगा, यहाँ पे छेद मिलेगा, ये जो माथे के जो बीच में ये जो होल्स मिलेगा, तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, और ये सब साइनसेस है, और पहला क्या, फ्रंटल साइनस, उसके बाद इथमॉइड साइनस, उसके बाद मैक्सिलरी साइनस। तो ये साइनस, ये जो स्फेनॉइड साइनस, तो ये जो सारे साइनस में क्या मिलेगा, यहाँ पे इसके अंदर जब हवा घुस जाएगा, यहाँ पे क्या होगा, ये इसका जो टेम्परेचर है इसको बैलेंस कर देगा, ताकि जब अंदर जाएगा, मतलब हमारे शरीर के अंदर जाएगा, मतलब ये ह्यूमिड, मतलब ये बैलेंस कर लेगा। तो ये जो सारे टेम्परेचर है ना, ये जो मतलब जो टेम्परेचर अंदर से आ रहा है, तो ये जो बाहर से जो हवा आ रहा है जब अंदर चला जाएगा, एडजस्ट अच्छे से एडजस्ट होने के लिए हमारे शरीर के अंदर ये मदद करता है, ये साइनस। फ्रंटल साइनस यहाँ पे मिलेगा, ये दो साइड, इथमॉइड ये दो, और मैक्सिलरी साइनस दो साइड्स। ओके, इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next is throat or else pharynx. नेक्स्ट क्या है, थ्रोट, नहीं तो फिर फेरिंग्स से बोलते हैं। आई विल शो यू। ओके, कैन यू सी दिस? दिस इज थ्रोट और एल्स फेरिंग्स। हैव यू सीन इट? अच्छे से देखो, इसको फेरिंग्स नहीं तो फिर थ्रोट भी बोलते हैं। Understand? So let us see now. Okay. So what happens here? Air from the mouth is sent to the lungs via the trach. So same thing, like air is passed through this, under this. Is it clear? Air is passed through under this throat or else pharynx. Next is larynx. It is also known as voice box. This larynx, they are also known as voice box. And this larynx, they helps in what? They helps the air to pass into the lungs. And this larynx or else voice box, what is the function? They helps the air to pass inside it. So in the gastrointestinal tract, we have got right esophagus. So they keep away from that thing. I mean, whenever you eat something or else whenever you will drink something, this larynx, they are like a door. You can say means. I mean, they will avoid all those things whatever you are having, right? So they won't disturb. They won't disturb the voice box. It will go to the same, the food and all, it will go to the esophagus itself, not in this voice box. It won't come here. Whenever you will have something, right? So it will go here in the esophagus, not in this larynx or voice box. I mean, it won't get disturbed. You understand? तो नेक्स्ट क्या है लैरिंग्स, नहीं तो फिर वॉइस बॉक्स भी बोल सकते हो। तो ये लैरिंग्स नहीं तो फिर वॉइस बॉक्स, यहाँ पे क्या होता है, यहाँ पे जब तुम खाना खाओगे ये डिस्टर्ब नहीं होगा। ये जो नेक्स्ट है इस गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइनल ट्रैक्ट में हम लोगों ने क्या मिला था, यहाँ पे ईसोफेगस है। तो ये ईसोफेगस मतलब जो खाना मतलब जो तुम खाते हो तो इसके मतलब यहाँ से चला जाता है कि नहीं ईसोफेगस में। तो ये वॉइस बॉक्स नहीं तो फिर लैरिंग्स में क्या होता है, यहाँ पे इसको डिस्टर्ब नहीं करता है जो खाना या फिर जब तुम पीते हो, ठीक है, ये डिस्टर्ब नहीं करता है। ओके, इज इट क्लियर? Are you clear about throat and voice box?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next is lower respiratory tract. So in the lower respiratory tract, what will you find? You will find lungs, this one. You have got two lungs, 1, 2. Next is trachea. So this is trachea. Trachea is also known as windpipe. Next is what? Next is bronchi. So this is bronchi. And next is what? Bronchioles. All these are bronchioles. Okay, all this. They are just like branches. Bronchioles. Next is alveoli. Alveoli is a bit deeper. I mean, just next to the bronchioles, no? Just next to the bronchioles, they are there. So these are the parts of the lower respiratory tract. तो ये लोअर रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट में क्या मिलेगा, पहला लंग्स मिलेगा, 2 लंग्स होता है 1, 2। नेक्स्ट क्या है ट्रेकिया, ये इसको विंडपाइप भी बोलते हैं। नेक्स्ट क्या है ब्रोंकाई, ये जो है इसको ब्रोंकाई बोलते हैं। नेक्स्ट क्या है ब्रोंक्योल्स। ब्रोंक्योल्स ये जो छोटा छोटा है ना, ये ब्रांचेस का जैसा है, इसको बोलते हैं ब्रोंक्योल्स। नेक्स्ट क्या है एल्वियोलाई, जो ये ठीक ब्रोंक्योल्स के सामने में है, इसको बोलते हैं एल्वियोलाई। एल्वियोलाई वो लोग बहुत छोटे हैं, ठीक है, हम लोग एक एक करके देखेंगे। ओके, फर्स्ट इज ट्रेकिया। सो दिस इज ट्रेकिया। Trachea is a passage or as a connection from where? The connection from the throat, this one, the throat, till your lungs. Is it clear? So the trachea is the connection between where? Between your throat, this is your throat, and your lungs. Is it clear? तो trachea ये जो throat और lungs के बीच में ये trachea है, ठीक है, इसको बोलते हैं trachea। lungs और throat के बीच में जो है उसको बोलते हैं trachea। उसको विंड पाइप भी बोलते हैं, ठीक है. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज विंड पाइप, दिस ट्रेकिया. नेक्स्ट इज bronchial tubes. So bronchial tubes, they are where? They are at the bottom of the windpipe. So there is a windpipe, right? So they are here. I mean they are attached with the lungs. This one and this one. This is known as bronchial tubes. तो ये bronchial tubes कहाँ पे है? windpipe के ठीक लास्ट पे है, ठीक है. ये जो लंग्स है दोनों साइड, राइट साइड लेफ्ट साइड, ये दोनों के मतलब अटैच है, ये लोग कनेक्टेड हैं, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज लंग्स. So you have got two lungs, 1, 2. The lungs, they helps you in what? They helps you in removing oxygen from the air and they pass into the lungs. तो ये lungs का काम क्या है? हम लोग को 2 lungs मिलेगा. तो ये lungs का काम क्या है? ये लोग ऑक्सीजन रिमूव करता है हवा से, और उसके बाद कहाँ पे पास होता है? ब्लड पे पास हो जाता है, ठीक है. Okay, is it clear everyone? Trachea, bronchial tubes and lungs. Okay, next is system of respiration. So in the system of respiration, what will you find? From the lungs. From the lungs, what will happen? Oxygen will be delivered. I mean, oxygen will be released. And it will go where? It will go to, I mean, with the help of the bloodstream, it will go, and it will go where? It will go to your organs and as well as your tissues. Is it clear? In all these places, it will go. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? सिस्टम ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन में ये जो लंग्स है, ये लंग्स पे क्या होगा? ऑक्सीजन डिलीवर्ड होगा, और उसके बाद कहाँ चला जाएगा? उसके बाद ब्लड स्ट्रीम पे चला जाएगा, और उसके बाद पूरे मतलब ऑर्गन्स और टिश्यूज पे चला जाएगा. And in this, what will you find in the system of respiration? You will find that some muscles as well as your bones, they will help in moving the air. I mean, when you breathe in and breathe out, right? So the muscles and the bones also, they plays an important role for you to respirate, for you to breathe. Understand? For you to breathe, it helps in that. And in this muscle, what will you find? The diaphragm. The diaphragm, they help the lungs, so that they can they can breathe in and they can breathe out. So the diaphragm is the muscle area which helps you in breathing in and breathing out. And next is ribs. So this ribs is the bone part. So in these ribs, what will you find? You will find that the ribs, they protect the heart and your lungs. I mean, during respiratory system. Okay, so that they will remain at the correct place or correct position. They helps in that. Next क्या है? मतलब ये जो मसल्स और बोन्स जो है, ये मतलब सांस लेने में मदद करता है, ठीक है. तो ये मसल्स कहाँ पे मिलेगा? डायफ्राम पे मिलेगा. तो ये डायफ्राम मतलब लंग्स को मदद करता है, ताकि हम लोग जब सांस लेते हैं अंदर बाहर, जब वो निकालते हैं, ये यहाँ पे मदद करता है. और रिब्स मतलब बोन्स पे मिलता है. तो ये रिब्स मतलब कैसे मदद करता है? मतलब लंग्स करेक्ट पोजीशन, करेक्ट प्लेस में रहने के लिए, ठीक है, मदद करता है. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is alveoli and bronchioles. So now let's see about it. So what happens when you breathe out? What happens? The blood, it carries carbon dioxide and other waste of the body. Okay, when you breathe in oxygen, right? So when you breathe out, what happens? Carbon dioxide and other waste products comes out from your body. And what happens here, you will find, inside the lungs, if you observe closely, the next thing you will find is alveoli. Alveoli. So these are alveoli. So alveoli are like what? Tiny, small sac. Okay, they are very tiny. They are sac, and they lie where they used to lie in both sides of your lungs. This is a bronchiole, and the alveoli, they lies in all over the bronchiole. So this is the bronchioles, right? They are like branches. They are small and they are tiny. And here, what usually occurs in this alveoli? Oh, okay. Okay, you can also see that this alveoli, they are like grapes. Small, you will find all together clusters. You will find them all together, and they are like tiny, like small sac. Here, what usually happens in this alveoli, there is exchange of gas. There is that is oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. And next is bronchiole. So this is the bronchiole. So bronchioles are like branches. They are like branches, and they lie or they are situated near the alveoli. Is it clear? They are situated or they are located near the alveoli. तो नेक्स्ट क्या है? एल्वियोलाई. तो ये जो छोटा छोटा मतलब ये जो ग्रेप्स के जैसा है, ठीक है, मतलब अंगूर का जैसा है ये सब, वो छोटा छोटा है, और ये मतलब एल्वियोलाई बोलता है इसको. ये ठीक ब्रोंकियल के पास होता है ये एल्वियोलाई. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है? एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैस होता है, जैसे कि ऑक्सीजन और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. और नेक्स्ट क्या है? ब्रोंकियोल. ब्रोंकियोल्स मतलब ब्रांचेस का जैसा है. तो ये मतलब ठीक ब्रोंकियोल्स के बाद ये एल्वियोलाई होता है. ओके, इज इट क्लियर अबाउट दिस? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is capillaries. So this is capillaries. This blue and red color you can see, right? So all these are capillaries. They are surrounded by what? They are surrounded by what? By the alveoli. So all these are the alveoli, right? तो ये कैपिलरीज है. ये जो ब्लू और जो रेड कलर में जो मिल रहा है, इसको बोलते हैं कैपिलरीज. तो ये जो कैपिलरीज है, ये एल्वेलाइज को मतलब कवर कर देता है, पूरा कवर कर देता है. और यहाँ पे भी सेम सेम ही होगा, मतलब यहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एक्सचेंज होता है. So okay, same thing you will find here in this capillaries. This you will find this blue and red color. So this capillaries, they are covered. Alveoli, they cover the alveoli, and in this capillary, same thing you'll find. Here exchange of gas happens. They will move oxygen and carbon dioxide. That means what? There is exchange of gas. Exchange of gas takes place. Okay, is it clear? Capillaries.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is lobes. This is the lungs. So the lungs, they are divided into, the right side of the lung is divided into 3 lobes. It is superior lobe, middle lobe, and inferior lobe. And in the left lung, what will you find? You will find 2 lobes, that is superior and inferior lobe. So these are the lobes that you will find in the lungs. I'll repeat again. This is the right lung. This is the left lung. So in the right lung, you will get 3 lobes. The first is superior lobe. The second is middle lobe. The third is inferior lobe. Understand? And next is left lung. So in the left lung, what will you find? You will find 2 lobes. That is superior lobe and the inferior lobe. So these are the lobes that you will find in the lungs. Okay, is it clear? तो ये जो lungs है, और ये जो lungs जो राइट साइड में है, हम लोग को 3 lobes मिलेगा. क्या है वो? सुपीरियर लोब, नेक्स्ट क्या है? मिडिल लोब, और नेक्स्ट क्या है? इंफीरियर लोब. 3 लोब्स मिलेगा यहाँ पे. और लेफ्ट लंग पे हम लोग को 2 लोब्स मिलेगा. एक है सुपीरियर लोब और दूसरा है इंफीरियर लोब. Okay, is it clear? Samashmiya, did you understand everyone till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, that's all for today's class. In the next class, I'll explain to you about pleura, cilia, all this, bronchial branch, bronchial tube. So for today, let us end up here. Okay.